Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. I stubbed my toe while I was dancing to the music. But that does not stop me from having a good day, even though it is Tuesday. And everybody knows Tuesday's the worst day of the week. I received a lovely email, which I just saw just now, right before the stream, that my SNEK figure is officially on its way. I'm very excited. My toe hurts, but I am still excited. What's going on, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn? What's going on, Giovanni? Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn just got in right before this pump. Perfect timing. Excellent. My toe really hurts. Very upset. Bitcoin 101,263.03. Nothing really crazy going on. We did get the daily close. Unfortunately, we missed it again. But the daily close price was 101,497.22, which is great. Numbers still go up, just asking. I don't know. I do not know. Depends on your perspective. Volume go up, that's for sure. That's nice. We do see volume go up. We got a green dot on the momentum wave. We are oversold on the 4-hour time frame on the RSI. And apparently, allegedly, all of the longs are gone. The close price was 101,497.22. Okay. Bitcoin's close price was 101,497.22. For anyone curious. I really stubbed my toe, man. Dang. Okay. Anyways. Bitcoin dominance is reaching Ben Cowan ejaculation level. 60.76%. There's nothing we can do about it. He's a lost cause. We do have a potential head and shoulders forming on the RSI, which is, I don't know, maybe a little bit of copium. It is what it is, though. What are you going to do about it? Tom Salks Code said, I would have liked 102. Giovanni said, holding 100K is nice to see. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, I had 0.21 cents. Dang, just missed it. Tishu said, okay, I have to call you out. Can you open this? I clipped you. Ooh, okay. All right. Let me put in my headphones so I can actually listen to it. We're getting a call out. I like this. Hold on, okay. Okay, I think you guys will be able to hear it. Maybe? Here we go. Nope, I muted it. Whoops. That's really awkward. Okay. Ready? Yeah, Pig Rick 9. I agree with you. I do think we got a green week incoming. I think numbers go up, and I think it's going to be very exciting. Yeah, Pig Rick 9. I agree. Wow, that didn't happen. That did not happen. Apparently, nobody gives a crap about a China trade deal, China-U.S. trade deal, and number go down. Number go down. That's what I meant to say. Let me switch my speaker back. Okay, I like it. The dumpening. Chewy said, we better close over 102.5 in an hour or it's game over. Chewy, the daily close already happened. It's daylight savings. The daily close happened 12 minutes ago, and it was under 102.5. Okay, ETH. Yeah, after all of this, I think we're gonna pivot to a like a crystal channel or something. Check out this specimen. We're gonna talk about rocks. Beautiful hermaphrodite mica. And then this is an actual rock that I took from a job site because it looks like a piece of meat. I do unironically have a pile of rocks sitting next to me on the desk. Oh, it's good stuff, good stuff. Okay. ETH got decimated. Broke below 35. We lost 4K a while ago. We knew that. We're sitting at 32.75 right now. Somebody named Sayer Smith was calling for 31.75 by the end of June. It is a couple months off, but they did get a wick below that. I really like the volume uptick. I guess if we're looking for number go up anywhere, we got it. When I said number go up before for the trade deal, I was actually talking about the volume. And that actually happened. So technically, I am still always right and never wrong. The narcissism prevails. Chewy said, how many longs got stopped out for y'all today? I actually... My immediate response, my knee-jerk reaction was going to be to go, I'm not in any trades right now, but I am in a long, and it didn't get stopped out. It's still open. I'm down 30%, but it's only $22. So we're good. That 30% is only $6.92. Boss, I'm tired. Boss, tired. I'm same. Pretty chill stream today. We're gonna be chill. Hey, you guys want to look at something, or ask me questions or whatever? Try to state your case for bull market, bear market. I'm down for whatever. I'm not gonna be picky. We do have a news segment. I'm gonna go through the charts until somebody tells me to look at something else. Solana, interestingly enough, we've talked about this 1,000 times. Solana hit its upper trend line, the blue upper trend line, which it's done this before. Let me go to the daily. It's done this before. We got this blue, this beautiful blue situation. We broke above it, hit all-time highs, got a little M. It's M action. And then we came back below, hit the lower. And on that lower, we got a W. We got rejected, midpoint support, break. And with that break, we got another support. It's just this... upper and lower trend line right here have been very prevalent. They've been important. They've been important for Solana, and we hit the top one just now. We've wicked to it, and we did this before. We've done this in the past with the wick, and there's a chance we get bounce and we make a new high, or there's a chance we just break below it. Maybe we're right here. We break below it and then go to the lower trend line. Right now, everyone's bearish. Everyone thinks we're going to zero. So if we are going to go to zero, then Solana's probably going to get some hefty support at 100, which is well above zero. But we'll have to wait and see. I do like that it touched that and bounced off of it pretty hard, though. That's very nice. But yeah, 4 hour oversold. We are sitting below the moving average on the RSI. We got a green dot on the momentum wave. What if I said... JJ needs likes? Are you guys typing like that on purpose? Tishu said, there's still profits that can be taken. ETH was 1.4K just 7 months ago. Don't tell anybody that, Tishu. They get mad when you mention that. I've tried to talk about it. They're like, oh, we're going to zero. And then if you're like, well, if you accumulated literally during the bear market, you're probably still up like 4 or 5x. They would be like, oh. They do like the upset Richard Simmons where he's like, oh. Fahid said, we're all tired, Giovanni. That is true. Chewy said, it's simple. We make a daily close under 102.5 for 2 days in a row. It's bear market. I'm pretty sure it's the weekly, but okay. I like all the new rules that come out of the woodwork. What if I said ETH to 71.30 this year, Tishu? Hopefully. Tishu said this year. Time is running out. We'll see. Chewy said, I'm buying Sol at $30. Giovanni said, this group of shitcoins makes me mad. MMT, AIA, Jelly, Giggle. Are those the ones that went up? Those are the ones that the KOL cabal chose. I will say Solana's got this nice, is that a bullish hammer candle? Not that the candle bodies are good enough TA to go off of, but it does look decent. Total 3 is down down 0.37. We broke straight below my infinite upside supercycle moon phase crystal charging chakra aura line, which is very, very bad. Having said that, the fractal does call for a dip, and that dip is literally right where we're sitting at this 906, 905 level. So if we can get a bounce from here and recouple, then it would be time to go up from there. Not financial advice. I believe tomorrow is a full moon, which is bearish for the cryptos. We do have a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher for Total 3, which is a big deal. That actually happened today. So we'll see if anything comes of that. Exciting stuff. ADA. ADA is actually up 0.25. ADA is the only green... The only green coin in the top 10. I'm making that up actually, but let's go see. Maybe it is on the day. Nope, I made that up. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything. It depends on what chart you look at. It's up 0.33% on the day, looking good. We got a little bounce off of 50 cents. My retrace pattern for science, or retrace target for science, is actually 42 cents. So we'll see if we go down and touch that, that'd be crazy. We were oversold. Are we still? We are not. We're getting right out of oversold very quickly. All it took was a 1.19% candle followed by a 0.38% candle to get out of that oversold territory. We got a green dot on the momentum wave signaling some upside. SNEK is down 0.29%, sitting at 1784. We lost 20. Since that has happened, I genuinely don't know where we're going from here. Hopefully not, what is that, 7/100ths of a cent? Because that would be a ridiculously, insanely large loss. But you never know, you know? You never know. Yeah, that's another 56%, which would piss me off. And not a fan of being pissed off. XRP is up 0.07%, 0.1% on the day. My bounce target was $2.10. It bounced off of $2.06, which is great. I was pretty close. Volume got a nice spike. Very cool. We got a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher today. We got a green dot on the momentum wave as well. Our RSI was oversold. It's now entering safe territory. How's Arrow looking? Arrow is looking down 0.47. Arrow got decimated yesterday, technically. But it was doing good before that. So decimated Arrow is like break even from this perfect buy entry early to mid-October, which is great. You know, you're holding that 76-cent level very nicely, which is the shoulder level for this ugly inverse head and shoulder, whatever this kind of flag situation is. Which black shirt it's JJ rocking today? Today I'm wearing the Lucky Thor shirt. Hopefully we can get some good price action out of it. This is my favorite shirt that I have right now, besides my Star Wars shirts, but they're all sun bleached, so I don't wear them anymore. I do have a Darth Vader shirt that I thoroughly enjoy as well, but that needs to be like properly washed. It's actually, I have it sitting in the one pile that I didn't grab when I went and did laundry. But yeah, Arrow, there's a possibility that we get a little dead cat bounce situation right here. And the only reason I say dead cat is because everyone is insisting that we're going into a bear market. So I'm not going to disagree with them right now because they're going to get all moody and upset and probably like unsubscribe and stuff. Chewy said down at the bottom of that falling wedge for Arrow. Actually, technically has not retested that descending channel. Look at Arrow on the weekly, draw falling wedge, bro. It's perfect. All right, let's go take a look. I don't know why I clicked on that. Chewy understood the assignment. Falling wedge, down at the bottom of that falling wedge. Gosh, why is this so messy? Can I get a clean chart? Of course, that's the one that I'm actually on. Let's go to MXC where they where they freeze your assets for no reason. This? Yeah, actually kind of like that. It hasn't quite touched the bottom. But that's a channel. Unless you go from like here or something. Yeah, you can make both arguments. There's matching confluence on either side. I kind of like it. Let's look at it on the daily. Okay. So you've got 3 hits before. That's that inverse head and shoulder. And then you got a rejection off the top. What I would like to see is a fake out and then the breakout. Because we've watched on all of the other altcoins on the 4-hour time frames, they had this big, beautiful wedge, and the wedge broke bullish, which we knew was bad. And then it came back in, and then it broke bearish, and now everything's on like this doom drop. If Arrow on the daily or weekly can have this and do the fake out first to the downside and then break bullish to the upside, that would be ideal. We've talked about it 100 times, probably 1,000 times, honestly. Every time we see a wedge, the first move is the false move. If it breaks to the downside, I've watched it probably 75% or more do the opposite of the first move outside of the triangle. Every single time. Debuta Beat said, what up, JJ? Looking sexy over the last few days. ICP? Oh, I thought you were saying I was looking sexy over the last few days. I heard that ICP was getting a little pumpy, which is very interesting. Yeah, we were looking for a little reaction back here, but we didn't get that. Kind of return to the mean, I would call it. You got a little dumperoonie. You're sideways. Look, you got... Actually, it's kind of a repeating thing. You got dump, sideways, pump. Dump, sideways, pump. Unfortunately, this sideways did a little dump of its own, and your pump leads into that sideways level. I'm just making stuff up, man. I'm so sorry. Volume looks really good. It is, or it was overbought. It is not at the moment. But yeah, that volume looks amazing. I'm on the daily. Let me go down to the 4 hour. You did get rejected at your little range right here. Why do I have this range on the chart? Actually, because of this. This was your sideways chunk right here between 6.7 and 8.8. So you projected off of 6.7, which isn't that a meme? That was unintentional. Maybe that's where the meme came from. Tishu said Moonwell at a penny. It's 90% down from all-time high. Do you remember this coin? I never bought it, although risky. Now might be a good time to buy. Honestly, Tom Silkcoat said I draw lines to confirm my bias. Of course, that's the only way to do it. I've also noticed, Waterfly said, I don't think we're going bear. I agree, Waterfly. I've also noticed a lot of people, they feel the need to like really shout from the rooftops. They're not even their point of view. They like to like try to tell everyone that they're wrong. It's like some weird gatekeeping thing. Like I'll be like, I don't think we're going to a bear market. People will be like, what do you mean we're not going to a bear market? This, and that are the reasons why we are. And why do they feel the need to convince me so strongly? And I think it's because they're unsure themselves. So they get like this, there's this weird like knee-jerk insecurity reaction where they're like, what? We are totally going into a bear market. In hopes that I'm going to go, oh, you know what? You're right. And then they go, okay, good, because I wasn't sure. But it's all subconscious, so they would be like, see? Told you. And then we go bull, and then they're like, oh, crap, man. Oops, uh-oh, my bad. And it's really embarrassing. Piotr GXRP said, buys its start a bear right now. Bear run now. Bitcoin have death cross on MACD monthly. I really don't think the MACD the death cross is a lagging indicator. It really is. Tishu's giving me another, what is this? Crypto fear. Oh, the fear and greed. Yes. Back to YouTube. Oops, didn't mean to click that. Okay. Fear and greed is in extreme fear now. It's a good time to buy, even if we're wrong. Exactly. How do I click on this damn link? Go to site. Why would you even ask me that? Extreme fear, ladies and gentlemen. People are afraid. Let's go check the one on CoinMarketCap because it's better. CoinMarketCap is also just at regular fear, I guess. Never mind. I don't like this one anymore. Yearly low was March 10th. I bet you tomorrow it's going to be worse. Piotr said, we see soon 90K Bitcoin. They will show something. We will go back up. Not happen. Death cross on MACD is end of this bull run. I disagree. I think the death cross on the MACD is kind of a meme. We might see 90K, but I don't think that that's a bear market. But everyone's got their own definition. It is what it is. Tom Solid said, to be honest, I think no bear also. There was no euphoria. None of the indicators hit of like 30. That's my favorite, dude. Every time you go to explain to anyone, they're like, well, it's not different this time because of the 4-year cycle. And you're like, well, what about like all of the other stuff that normally happens, like alt season and stuff? And their argument is this time is different. What? What did you just say to me? I'm sorry? What? It's just silly. Oh, okay. We were going to go look at Moonwell. I do like it. I feel bad for not doing the daily close contest 2 days in a row again, but I do thoroughly enjoy not having that time crunch. So I'll make it up to you guys, I promise. But we are on November 4th, so I got to do NA for the 3rd, November 4th. NA. Everybody, once again, thank George Bush for daylight savings, because I think he's responsible. If he is not responsible, we're going to thank George Bush anyways, because I bet you George Bush would have been an excellent crypto president. Tishu said, if we spam too much time below, if we spend too much time, if we speen, what is happening in the chat? Tishu said, if we speen too much time below 100K, it's over. Orlando said, Madami going to win, we lose 100K. What if he wins and like crypto does amazing? I'm just saying, weren't we better off when Biden was president? Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, link please for what? Oh, Chainlink. Yes. I thought you were asking me for a link for something. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay. Chainlink. Okay. Chainlink had this descending channel. Again, there's not I wouldn't put too much stock in this on Chainlink in particular, because there's 2 points of confluence on top and 2 points of confluence on bottom. That's not enough for me to really put too much faith into it. Chewy said, if Mamdani wins, I'm running away. I mean, it's New York. You should run away anyways. They don't even have freedom there. He'd said, no offense, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, I love you, but your state sucks when it comes to, like, laws. They're a little too strict for my liking, and I think it's because of how much capitalism runs rampant there. The capitalists are like, well, make all of these crazy rules so that it's really hard for anyone to do anything, except for us. Tom Stockscout said, LOL, daylight savings been happening since the 1960s. Where the F you get George Bush from? I don't know. I thought that he, like, made it. Let me look it up. Why do I think George Bush is affiliated with daylight savings? How George W. Bush ruined daylight savings time. Okay. The Energy Policy Act of 2005, which significantly extended the duration of daylight savings in the United States. There you go. New dates. The law changed the start of daylight savings to the first Sunday in April to the second Sunday in March. What? From the first Sunday in April to the second Sunday in March. Okay. And the end date from October to November. So yeah, he made everything suck more. So it is, I'm going to blame George Bush anyways. He did do something that he tweaked it and ruined it. You know, don't fix what ain't broken. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. George Bush broke daylight savings. It used to be fine. Now it's daylight wastings. Daylight scamming time. Wall Street, New York City. Let's see. Vahid said Taco gonna send troops to New York to stop democracy. Orlando. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, I hear you, bro. A lot of people agree with you. Vahid said daylight scamming time. I would love to go to New York. If I lived there, I would have a VPN for everything. I would be like such a D-bag, like living in my basement, like the Warlock from Live Free or Die Hard, which in my opinion is the best Die Hard movie. Chewie said he's a good one to blame for everything except he's a ninja. Dude, that shoe dodge is pretty iconic. I'm not going to lie. Like, you could hate the guy. The guy could have, like, purposely, like, brought harm to your family. And after that shoe dodge, you would have still gained, like, a sliver of respect for him. At least in the shoe dodging category. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said Texas Stock Exchange will be the new financial hub if Mamdani wins. I feel like Texas is also a little overhyped. Texas is flavor of the week, in my opinion. So Chainlink, the Chainlink fractal is decoupling again for the first time ever. This has never happened before. Outside of that, we did find support at 1441, which is good. That's a thicker support zone as well. Are we going to come down to this lower trend line? And if we do, are we going to get a reaction there or not? The volume looks decent on the 4-hour. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, volume looks really good right there. I guess if we lose this, 1339 is going to come into play really quick. But, see, I don't know. Are we going to keep dumping? That seems insane if we do keep dumping. Texas is full of steers and queers. Yeah, Chewy said Texas is great until all the Californians and New Yorkers move there. I think they already did. Orlando said Texas steers and queers. New York City's lots of fun. It's a must visit. See, I've been to Chicago. I thought I was going to hate it because it's really busy and there's so much going on. I loved it. I loved Chicago, dude. Chicago was awesome. So now I want to try New York. Chicago's like the gateway drug to like big cities. Tax breaks in Texas. Goldman and JP Morgan building massive hubs there. Great. It's going to be a shithole after they're done. It's pretty funny. I see. I feel like I'm experienced enough to speak on this because there was massive hubs for manufacturing built in Detroit. Would you move to Detroit now? I don't think so. I wouldn't even move to Detroit now. Chicago was super cool. Pickwick9 said, "Hey JJ, what's going on?" Giovanni, Chicago once upon a time was the murder capital of the world, and I believe it was dethroned by Flint, Michigan, which is pretty sick. And then probably, honestly, because of the water. The amount of murders that happened just by you didn't even have to buy a gun in Flint. You just have a spray bottle and spray them in the face, and they die of lead poisoning instantly. Waterfly said, "We have enough peeps here. Stay away from New York." Yeah, you gotta reverse psychology, keep people out. Okay, it does look like the dumpage is possibly going to continue just for fun. I'm gonna open up a irresponsibly large, leveraged short, just for fun, not for revenge or anything, just for fun. Waterfly, yep. Palework9 said, "I got a Bitunix account today from your link. Just haven't loaded money on it yet. Just got home from work." Well, I appreciate that, Picklework9. I just opened up my irresponsible trade on Bitunix, actually. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's the market's being weird. But is it weird like this has never happened before? No, this happens all the time, unfortunately. People just freak out every single time it happens. I think the problem now is that it's taken so long for this to happen. It just feels like it's been non-stop for like a month. When in reality, I feel like Avalanche is a good metric. From the local top, we're down. Ooh, okay, maybe. I mean, then that's 50% is pretty big. Can you show us how to leverage on it? On Bitunix? Maybe? Let me see if I can log in here. Oh, is this the right one? Give me 1 second. Okay, I gotta get my code. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start trading on stream. I think it's gonna kick me off on my computer. My laptop. Okay, I think I'm here. Hold on. Yep. Okay, this is the right account. I don't want to win your stupid iPhone. Futures. Okay, I got it. So I like to trade ADA because I've been trading ADA for forever. If you're on mobile, it's gonna be a little bit different. Ooh, Orlando gave us a $2 super sticker. Thank you very much, Orlando. All right. Leverage bad. Waterfly says he is right, actually. Pickrick9 said, yeah. Orlando said, couldn't super chat, boo. Waterfly said, no. Leverage bad, JJ. Chewy said, JJ, home. You aren't trading on Scambit? Hope? What's Scambit? Bybit? Orlando said 2x max, no 100x like the old days. Oh, yeah. If you are actually going to leverage, obviously none of this is financial advice. I stick with single digit. Like 8x is me like getting really frisky. So I usually stick with like 4 to 6. All right, so here's the layout. If you open up Bitunix and you click on futures, it'll take you to that page. And then I like to smash market. I'm not a big limit buy, limit sell guy because I'm gonna trade. I'm not trying to like execute some very specific scenario. Everyone's different. Tishu said, noob question. I received some really small amount of link to my wallet. Is that address poisoning? Anything I need to be aware of or just ignore? Thank you. Yeah, I would ignore it. I would ignore it for sure. So what'll happen? And again, this is not me saying that's exactly what's happening in this scenario. It might be something completely different, but it's just not worth the risk. What'll happen is they'll send you an asset, and then you go, ooh, or even if you go to clean it up, whatever you do, if you interact with this at all and you sign a transaction with this asset, then they can use that to gain access to your wallet. Most of the time I've heard about it is with NFTs, but I usually ignore suspicious dust as well. That's the only thing that kind of stinks. But I guess it's the same concept as your mailbox. People can send, it's like junk mail. If the junk mail could poison you. Chainlink. We talked about Chainlink for a minute. We were going to do a trade. I said I was an ADA guy. See, I guess the issue here is I don't know what direction it's going to go. So the biggest lesson that you will probably need to learn over time is don't force trades. But if you had a gun to my head and you were going to force me to trade, my dumbass would open up a long here. Strictly because of this stupid little wick right here, indicative of buying pressure, the increased volume, the incredibly oversold momentum wave on Market Cipher, the green dot, and the oversold territory on the 4-hour RSI. But it's going down already. So if I wanted to do a short, if I wanted to open a short position, you change your leverage. Don't do cross margin. In my opinion, cross margin is crazy. That's how people get extra liquidated, because it like uses even more money that you don't have. But I want to use 4x leverage, so I change that. Confirm. I'm on market personally. It's my preference. Let's say I don't want to. I have $13 to trade with. Let's say I don't want to use the whole thing. I only want to use half, so I'm going to go 50% short. Confirm. It's done. So now what you can do is you can also set a take profit stop loss. Clicking on these buttons, you can also, I think you can add it here somewhere. Right here, take profit stop loss. Take profit is, like, I'm in a short right now, so if let's say I wanted to close at 50%, I would set my take profit at 50%. So let's do that. Take profit, trigger 0.5. So I'm going to make 10.28%. Stop loss, let's say it goes the opposite direction. I don't want to lose my entire bag. My liquidation point is 63.91, but I don't even want to lose that much. Let's say I'm only okay with losing 10%. So at a 4x, a 2.5% in the opposite direction would be a 10% loss. So I'll measure that. 52. Let's just do 52. I want my stop loss to be 52, 0.52. And my take profit is going to be 0.5. So if my take profit hits, I will make 10.2%. If my stop loss hits, I'll lose 5.3%. Confirm. Confirm. That's it. And it'll show your stop loss, take profit. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, if I'm like driving or something, don't trade while you're driving. If I'm doing something and I'm a babysitter, I like to babysit my trades, but like, let's say my fiance shows up and she's like, get up, we're going to my mom's or some crap. And I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta go. And I want to close this really quick without having to deal with the take profit stop loss, anything like that. You can click flash close. And I think in most cases, the little warning will pop up. You can also deactivate that warning and just have it so as soon as you click flash close, it just automatically closes. But that's the gist of it with trading. And personally, I only trade with anywhere between 1 to 10% of my portfolio. 10% is really pushing it. That's very rare. Right now, it's like a fraction, honestly. but that's just because I've been really shit at trading for the past month, and I've put zero time or effort into building a bag there at all. So it is what it is. Let's see. Pickerick9 said, will it only use what you put on it or whole portfolio? That's where the percentage comes into play. So when you deposit, you will deposit like this. Click on your little wallet. You can go to deposit right there. And then go through the whole process. Say you want to deposit Tether on Tron, and make sure you know all of this from both sides. And it's going to deposit to my spot account. Okay, so apparently you can change that. That's actually sick. So let's say you do that, and then you deposit the Tether. Let's say you deposit 10 bucks. Then you go back to your futures. But it's in your spot account, and you're on futures, so it's not going to be there. So what you need to do is you need to go over here, click transfer, and you're going to transfer that $10 or $100, which you're just going to click all, to your futures account from your spot account, and submit. It doesn't cost anything. It's all internal, centralized, decentralized. And then that'll populate right here. It'll say you have $10 now versus the trade that you're already in. You know, I have $6.74, and I have a trade open with $6.56. Now, what's even cooler, let's say the trade goes the opposite direction that I want. I'm like, uh-oh, but I don't want to like get screwed. You can actually add to this. So if it goes up, I can add to my short, and it would move my entry point. Since it's down, if I add to my short, it's going to move my entry point down. It's like an average base thing. That's why I like to keep some dry powder in the available section. I guess I can showcase it right now. So it's going in my direction, so I would normally not do this. But let's say you want to, because you want to increase your winnings. I'm going to go 100% of my $6.74, add it, click short, confirm. See how it just scooted that entry? And that's it. Flash close. I'm like, uh-oh. There you go. I apparently closed the warning window. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Don't revenge trade. If you see a green candle, don't panic. You know what I mean? There's a million different lessons that you can learn. None of that's financial advice. It's just how it's done. Treat it like gambling. Whether or not you believe it's gambling, it's up to you, but you should treat it like gambling. 1000%. Treat it like a scratch off, or like, you know, $5 at the blackjack table or whatever the hell. Because you can lose a ton of money really, really fast if you think of it otherwise. I don't normally drink pop. I'm convinced the pop and the cereal is why I've gained so much weight recently. Okay. Let's see. I want to look at SWE. Man, everything's just been completely decimated. There really is no positive outlook with all this, at least in the short term. It's kind of crazy. So our weekly chart, let's go to weekly. Let's go to the Coinbase one. Oof, are we doing this stupid fractal? Whoa, that sucks. This is just this. That could be what's happening though. Legalized gambling. Everybody likes gambling. I'm Italian. I've never been to a casino, but I discovered crypto. Okay. Let's see. Pigwork 9 will only... Okay, hold on. Tishu said, I already have some link of my own, so if I want to move it out, just leave point. Okay, if you already have link and it just added to your link, then it's nothing. Is that on Coinbase? Because they might have like an automated staking program thing. Tom Stalk Scout said calling it pop should be jail time. Oh, I forgot that there's people on the planet that are just wrong all the time. I believe it started as pop. Just for the record, I'm pretty sure it started as pop, and you guys are wrong. So we've looked into this before. You guys are gonna embarrass yourselves again, and I you know, the market's down. I don't want to make you guys more sad, so just quit while you're ahead. Okay, let's get into some news articles. Well, before that, I guess let's look at silver and gold at least. Silver and gold. 4-hour time frame, 100K to 120. It's Wyckoff. I haven't seen a Wyckoff chart in forever. That's actually like a throwback. Okay, silver. Silver's getting a little dicey, ain't it? Oh, excuse me. What is going on here? What if that's just like the new bottom? And it just starts like, is this going to make a giant flag? Oh, excuse me. And then it's going to go bam even more. And everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, silver went up so much. I don't know. That's a good question. Good question, JJ. It is not oversold yet. You got your bearish cross over the moving average. Green dot confirmed on October 27th. Tishu said, no, my own wallet and Etherscan labels the address as spam token. What? That's so random. So you already have link. Did you receive another link? Like it's a different token called link? I'm confused. Send me a DM or just post it in the Discord screenshot Tishu so I can better assist you because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the heck that is. I've never heard of that before. We got silver, 46.97. I mean, it's higher than it was a couple months ago. Gold. Whoops. Similar situation. I mean, I could just keep moving this. As long as we get a reaction, it's going to continue to be... Well, maybe not, actually. Maybe I lied. What is the move here? Poor Peter Schiff. No seems to be actual link. I don't know then. Somebody just spammed your wallet with some chain link. I'm not aware of anyone being able to do anything from a token. I know that with an NFT, you can make an NFT like completely programmable, but I don't think that they can attach anything malicious to like real. Don't quote me on that. Maybe consult a professional, but I've never heard of that because I've received random tokens from like legit project tokens from random things throughout forever in my MetaMask. Whatever the stupid one on Sui is called that I forgot that they changed the name of 5 times. My Phantom wallet, all that crap. I receive junk all the time. If it's an NFT, I won't touch it. If it's a token, you know, there's nothing, as far as I'm aware, again, that anybody can do maliciously to a token that, you know, would cause me just moving it somewhere to be an issue. But with NFTs, if you interact with it the wrong way, they can rug you. So maybe there's a token. One. Maybe it's new. Who knows? Just be careful. DXY is getting a little pumpy, which is very deja vu from last bear market, I seem to recall. DXY pumpy. DXY is bad for everything and everyone. However, if we zoom out, let me go to the daily. It does have like this thing. We tapped out. We went. So this was the entirety of the bear market. Bear market, and then we started going up. Crypto started going up, up, and now suddenly crypto's going down again. It probably went down here, probably went down here, and it probably went down here. I'm just saying, there's probably a correlation. I know the DXY definitely goes up when crypto goes down. I don't know if that's a correlation. I have no idea, honestly. I don't know. It just seems to be what happens. MicroStrategy, who seemingly changed their logo to Big B Coffee, which drives me crazy, looks like crap. This looks so awful. Can I short this? Can I short strategy on Robinhood? Yes, you can short stocks on Robinhood as the platform introduced direct short selling for retail users September 10th, 2025. Okay. How do I do it? Let me go to Robinhood. Is this dumb? No, it looks like crap. I guess I don't want to do it on Robinhood because they're going to be like, oh, this guy made money. I think I pointed out the other day, I pointed out yesterday that I bought some Indivior with the China deal. Indivior manufactures Suboxone, which is used to treat opioid dependency. And the China trade deal is going to cut back on how much fentanyl is shipped to the United States. And without that fentanyl hitting the streets, a lot more people are probably going to go on Suboxone. I'm just saying. And it is up. That is the only stock in my portfolio that is up today. It is up it is up 2.55% today. So, not financial advice, but it's a pandemic, epidemic, whatever you want to call it. People like their painkillers. Okay, NASDAQ. I don't know how I got from strategy to fentanyl, but NASDAQ got a little bit dumpy today. Yeah, yes it did. Are we going to, like, what is this happening right now? Is this going to be the same thing as these? Or is it going to be this big boy? You know what I mean? Because so far it looks like it could just be one of these guys. But it's very, very close. I give it like 1 or 2 more days before it starts looking like this monster. Stock is SMST. Okay, well now I'm going to go do it. Okay. Got it. Thank you, sir. Add to list. Okay, thank you very much. Percentage price return since August 20th, 2024, minus 96.45%. So, I mean, it's probably due for a rebound at any moment now. Not financial advice, guys. I'm probably going to short MicroStrategy or strategy because why would you buy that when you could just buy Bitcoin? Even Sailor says that. But also, it's probably me opening a short on anything is legit probably 1000% marking the bottom. So, also keep that in mind. Like I said, NASDAQ, S&P look a little worse for wear today. See what happens. Bitcoin itself still struggling. It did close 101,497.22. What I wanted to do earlier was get our weekly moving averages up, because we're going to have to close above that 20 on Sunday, no matter what. That's very, very important. I don't know what I just did. Please don't do that. Thank you. All right, moving averages, 50 and 200. Bam, we're on the weekly. Oof, yeah. Okay, so our 50 is like, where is that? Can they tell me where it's at? No? Okay, well, it looks like it's right at like 102,945. So I think 102,945, 102,945, 102,945. I think we have to close above 102,945. Let's go to the 4-hour. $102,945. Not financial advice. This is just for the alleged market, bear market indicator, the 50-week and the 200 weekly moving average. Right now, it's at 102,945 for the 50. We got to stay above that for the weekly close. So we got a pretty significant amount of time still remaining. So 150K Bitcoin incoming, reverse JJ. I mean, I'm not shorting Bitcoin, so don't get excited. All right, now let's get into the news articles, guys. Crypto Oris 6 hours ago posted, is the 4-year crypto cycle over? If we followed the old pattern, this bull run should be done. That's why many are selling, but I believe the 4-year cycle is dead. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think we're ever in a 4-year cycle. I just think it happened to correlate with every 4 years, but that's what it is. Tisha said, regarding strategy, look at video, title, and thumbnail, 4th video. How one man will cause the next financial crisis. Oh, yes. I've heard all of this. I'll probably watch that, actually. I'll probably listen to that when I'm done with the stream. That looks like a good one. Okay. Oh, dude, if you guys haven't seen this video, it's freaking funny. Definitely recommend watching it. Okay, so anyways, if we follow the old pattern, this bull run should be done. That's why many are selling. But I believe the 4-year cycle is dead. Bitcoin moves are now driven by macro factors like ETFs, liquidity, and big institutional flows. This isn't retail FOMO anymore. It's a structured institutional bid. And honestly, you can kind of see 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes blue, orange, green, red. The 4-year cycle, and even if you do want to consider the 4-year cycle a thing, you also have to take into consideration the extended cycle diminishing returns situation, because the top happened here, and then it happened here, and then it happened here, and the next one's probably going to happen even further. So you can see that it's clearly extending. I guess in between 2 and 3 it didn't really extend, but between 3 and 4 there's a good chance it extends. We might top in 650 days from the halving, which is what, 100 days from now, which is 3 months, which is December, January. Not financial advice. We've been calling for 2026 for forever, since I think the beginning of this year, and everyone thought I was crazy. I like now everyone is saying, well, there's no retail. Retail's gone. There hasn't been retail in forever. And we've been saying that for 12 months. Whereas before, nobody even talked about it. I'm just saying. Treasury Secretary Besson says the U.S. and China's trade relationship is in a good place. $300 million worth of crypto longs liquidated in the past 60 minutes. That was 7 hours ago. Bitcoin fell under 100K. White House says President Trump has officially ended the Biden administration's war on the cryptocurrency industry. I wish he would start it back up again, because alts actually moved. 250, I think that's trillion with a T, wiped out from, or is it billion? 250 billion? It's billion with a B, my bad. Wiped, trillion would be way too much. It's 250 trillion. $250 billion wiped out from the crypto market cap today, and 730 billion wiped out from the U.S. stock market today. See, why do they have to rate this different? Can't they rate this like this? Crypto people have no good brain. JJ Math. Senator Cynthia Lummis says crypto market structure is the most important piece of digital asset legislation in the United States history. Marty Party posted very few new longs. Time-based capitulation. In effect, the bottom is when people stop longing with high leverage or run out of liquidity. We are close. We are at the 50% 4-hour pullback. Dang. Binance now holds 43 billion Tether. That's 23.5% of all of the Tether. That's insane. Liquidation map. This is the good news. Only shorts remain. 18.58 billion to $123,000 longs are removed. The Fed is cutting rates into the dark. Last week, the Fed cut interest rates by 25 basis points due to a weakening labor market, but the Fed has no data. The last jobs report we received was August 2025. The last data point showed underemployment at 8.1%, a 4-year high. Number go down. John Tujo said, "Who got the daily close?" Nobody. I was at work again. Unfortunately, the fiat mines right now far outweigh the channel, and daylight savings has completely effed my schedule. So we're still adjusting. Blame George Bush, is what I've been saying. We also got the U.S. government entering day number 35, making it the shutdown. It doesn't say that. I don't know. The U.S. government has now entered. Okay, it does. No, it doesn't. It didn't say the shutdown. The government shutdown has entered day 35, making it the longest in history. Since the shutdown began on October 1st, the U.S. government has borrowed $600 billion worth of debt. That's $17 billion per day. What's happening? Let us explain. U.S. debt ceiling crisis ends. October 1st, U.S. government shutdown begins. U.S. debt rises over $600 billion since shutdown begins. U.S. debt hits a record $38 trillion. Very cool. Thank you, George Bush. Unbelievable. The U.S. Department says economic data will not be released until the government shutdown ends, pointing to a 60-plus day blackout. This includes monthly jobs report, monthly unemployment rate, monthly CPI inflation data, monthly PPI inflation data, monthly retail sales data, monthly housing starts data. The Fed is cutting rates into the dark. Very cool. Thank you, Fed. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Bitcoin officially enters bear market territory, now down 20% since its record high seen on October 6th. So this is my issue. The bear market being 20% down, in my opinion, based on what we've seen, is literally a stock market thing. That is not a Bitcoin thing. Bitcoin regularly has 20 to 40% pullbacks in a bull market. We've seen the chart. Everyone has seen the chart. You can literally go look and measure it yourself. Every single bull market, we got 20 to 30. Let's call it 20 to 30. I think 40s are relatively rare. But we regularly see 20 to 30% pullbacks on Bitcoin in a bull market. If we're down over 20% right now, it's not a bear market. It's just par for the course. It happens every single time. And for some reason, this time around, everyone's like, oh my gosh, this has never happened before. We're entering a bear market. We're not entering a bear market. Bitcoin's just pulling back over 20% like it normally does every single bull market. I'm just saying. We are living in the most exciting market in history. October 6th, Bitcoin crosses above 126K for the first time in history. November 4th, Bitcoin falls 20% and enters bear market territory. Dang. Breaking Ether. I don't know what the hell Ether is. Falls below $3,400 and officially erases all 2025 gains. ETH is now red on the year. Today is one of those days. Just about every asset class is trading lower today, and all intraday rally attempts are being sold. It's simply widespread profit taking. In our view, nothing has changed fundamentally speaking. That said, the most healthy bull markets experience periodic declines. In fact, the S&P 500 averages at least 3 declines of 5% or more per year, despite averaging a 10% plus annual gain. The reality is that the Magnificent Seven's capex alone is now set to exceed $500 billion per year. Rate cuts have arrived. Deregulation is here. Earnings growth is running at 10% plus year over year, and the AI revolution is accelerating. Ignore the noise. Pickerick9 said, making me verify everything I do. Just take my money. Yeah. Yep. I actually, Pickerick9, I literally struggled with Crypto.com. During last bull market, when all of the exchanges were being funky and everything, I was like, Crypto.com is probably trustworthy on-ramp. I signed up. The user interface was atrocious. Could not figure out what to do at all. And then I'm like, how do I deposit? Clicking everything, reading stuff online. Genuinely, on my life, it took me like 3 days. I could not figure out how to deposit money. I still don't know to this day. I uninstalled it. I was so mad, and I never touched it again. So now I have this is it your spot? No, it's this just unsolicited hate for Crypto.com. Their entire job is to just receive my money, and then on there I can do whatever I want with it. But like the main purpose of Crypto.com is to receive user funds, and then the user distributes the funds where they want them to go. Why can't I figure out how to do the one thing that I'm supposed to do on your app? Crypto.com. They literally bought the domain, Crypto.com, and I couldn't figure out how to deposit money during arguably the greatest retail-driven bull market in history so far. It blew my mind. I was so mad. So I'm kind of a stickler for a good user interface. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Tishu said Crypto.com exchange is now available for US users. No need to just use the app. Fees should be much lower. DYOR. Yeah, no, thank you. The $1 million question: What is happening? What is happening crypto right now? Who's writing these? Crypto markets have now officially raised over $1 trillion of market cap since October 6th, but why? The answer to this question seems to be more technical than fundamental. That is, crypto adoption is still at record highs, deregulation is in full swing, and technology is advancing rapidly. However, leverage is at unprecedented levels, which is amplifying moves in the market, such as the $20 billion liquidation seen on October 10th. As a result, when uncertainty arises or technical momentum fades, downward swings are amplified. 300,000 traders are being liquidated per day on average, and the market has evolved into its most reactive form in history amid Trump posts and headlines. The long-term thesis is stronger than ever, but the short-term picture points to larger swings in both directions. Leverage is a wild drug. So here's what I wanted to say about this, because I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm like, dang, I think they're right. But he literally pointed out yesterday, he's like, everyone left to do like Polymarket and all these gambling apps. They're addicted to gambling. And that is true. And the only way to gamble in crypto is to use leverage. And if everyone has been like time capitulated and bled out so long with alts that they've probably moved everything into leverage to make it back really quick. And then they, play with leverage. They get a little bit stupid and silly. They're like, oh, shoot, I just made 50% on like a 2x trade because I had an asset go up 25% on 2x. And it was my entire bag. If I just moved that leverage up to like 10x, I could have made 250%. And then they do that, and then they get liquidated. It's that easy. That's why you really have to treat it like bomb defusal or just gambling. Just treat it like gambling. You cannot play with your whole bag. That post that we read from October 10th, that guy that was dollar cost averaging for 6 years into a leverage position for some reason, and he got completely liquidated, completely wiped out. Just for the record, if you have a leverage position open from 6 years ago, don't dollar cost average into it. If you want to leave your entry from 6 years ago, that's fine. It's probably doing great. Build a new position every day, whatever. Regardless, don't dollar cost average your entire portfolio into a leverage position. That's actually insane. I feel bad for the guy, but you gotta know when you're being stupid. You're an adult. You're perfectly capable of realizing, maybe this isn't such a good idea. Maybe this is really dumb, especially on all of these unregulated cryptocurrency exchanges where they can literally just freeze your assets and take your money at any point in time, which is literally what's happening with MXC right now, allegedly. So be careful out there, guys. It's crazy. Okay. Total visitor count to Las Vegas is down another 9% in 2025, now seeing the steepest decline since 2008. Most consumers are being left in the dust. For the record, with online gambling, Vegas is probably really going to struggle. Department of Transportation may shut down the airspace in parts of the U.S. if the government shutdown continues into next week. 50% of air traffic control facilities are facing shortages. 13,000 air traffic control employees are now working without pay. That's actually crazy. We got super microcomputer stock. SMCI falls over 10% after reporting weaker than expected Q3 2025 earnings. 10% is crazy for a stock. President Trump says he just met with high-level representatives from Switzerland regarding trade and tariffs. Trump says talks will continue between the U.S. and Switzerland. The U.S. is currently charging Switzerland a 39% tariff. Interesting. CryptoFace posted, Ethereum hasn't looked this bad on the weekly since 2018. I don't know what the heck these crazy, I think he calls them spider lines are, but that's interesting. Interesting way to look at this. Does look pretty crappy, don't it? We'll see what happens. Cointelegraph posted Bitcoin fell below 101,000 as analysts argue the drop is sentiment driven, saying Bitcoin remains underpriced based on fundamentals and stablecoin liquidity trends. I agree. This one's great. Sam Bankman-Fried's team is appealing his 25-year sentence, claiming he was never presumed innocent and key FTX evidence was excluded. My guy, didn't you literally admit to what you did? You weren't presumed innocent because I'm pretty sure he pled guilty. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? I don't know. That one's their grasping. Like, he must have called them and been like, you guys have to do something. What did I pay you for? And then I'm like, I'm just appeal. You guys always thought that he was guilty. It just blows my mind. Picklebrick9 said, I got $100 in Bitcoin at 98K today. Very nice. I like that one. 98K is crazy. That was a great entry. Fear and Greed Index has dropped to 21, signaling extreme fear in the crypto market. Folks are afraid. Buy when others are fearful. Sell when others are greedy. Not financial advice. 10x Research said shorting Ether could serve as a hedge against Bitcoin, citing structural risks in Ethereum and weakening institutional demand. Dang. Bitcoin's 12% drop versus the S&P 500's 1.6% dip may signal an oversold setup and potential relief rally ahead. Interesting. Crypto is getting crushed relative to the S&P 500 and gold, implying major room for price bounces. That is very interesting. Stock Money Lizards posted Bitcoin finally. All that liquidity has been swept. Now or never. It's all set for a rebound. Very cool. Ana de Armas. Beautiful woman. How buy buttons look at me every time Bitcoin dips. This is true. If it's not true for you, then seek help. This one was really good. This one made me like laugh out loud. It was like a belly laugh. Not Jerome Powell posted, "This is not Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even a shitcoin. It's my portfolio." Because usually it's like, it's the US dollar or something lame. This, dude, it's my portfolio, got me so good. Okay, so we got this post from 2023 I wanted to bring more attention to again. In 2023, this guy said the cycle top would be on October 6th, 2025. On that exact day, Bitcoin reached an all-time high of 126,200. This guy posted this. The all-time low should be 364 days from that date, so it should be October 6th or October 5th, 2025. Or, I'm sorry, 2026. It's going to be interesting. People want to believe otherwise, but the simulation will repeat itself. Whoa. And then last but not least, we got Altcoin Daily posting this gem. Altcoins this year, my portfolio, the project I'm invested in. Big news coming, and then you drowned. It's good stuff, good stuff. Bitcoin, $100,375.50. Portfolio updates. We've got the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio down $432. Solana is no longer in profit. Everything is red. Fetch is down like $63. Jeez. Aptos, nope, $73. Wow. Aptos is down 59. Render's down 51. Property's down 47. Shib is down 44. Ondo's down 42. Near's down 41. Doge's down 34. ADA is down 34. And Sol is down 9. Then we've got our Memecoin portfolio, which has been completely decimated. None of these are in profit. They haven't been in profit in a long time. GigaChad is down 162. SNEK is down 133. Pepe's down 85. WIF is down 82. And Doge is down 65. Then we've got our narrative portfolio, my favorite, and what was once the most stable. At this point, I don't really know anymore. We have one asset in the green, the rest are in the red. Tao literally single-handedly carrying this entire portfolio. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real-world asset coin, and one gaming coin. Fetch is down 65. VeChain is down 51. Mana is down 29. Pepe is down 22. And Tao is up 32. Literally carrying the entire portfolio. Ridiculous. Initial investment on this one is 500. The rest are 1,000. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio, currently down $326. We've got 0 assets in the green. Starting from the bottom, Render is down $56. Avalanche is down 55. Pith is down 42. Graph is down 42. Sui is down 38. Ondo is down 36. Crow is down 24. ETH is down 17. Sol is down 16. And Chainlink is down 5. Pretty good, pretty good. Maybe we should build a portfolio for each month as well. Would that be too much? That would probably be too much. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who knows? Well, I suppose this is probably where we call it for the night. Maybe we get on a little bit later for a little bit of fun, see what happens. Might play some video games or something, but appreciate you guys for sticking around. Don't forget to smash the like button. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Happy Tuesday, and good night.